活在英语。
Hello everyone, it's me, Ivan, 8-year-old boy. Today I'll show you how to make part 3 of tile scrolling platformer, which is Super Mario in Scratch. If you haven't watched part 2 and part 1, please watch it. So let's get started. First, click on Files and save your project as a new copy and name it part 3. Like the Super part 3, whatever your name is. But just save it as a copy in case all our works is out. So let's get started. If you haven't chosen Mario sprite, show it and set the size. If you didn't show it, just set the size to 200. Like that. So it's now you can see let's get started. Go to My Blocks and make a new custom block in Mario. Name it Reset Player. Reset Player. Run without screen refresh. Click OK. And after it's done this, then make 2 new variables. X for this part only and Y for this part only. And set X and Y under Reset Player to 0. X and Y to 0. Then in the one green flag, drag out set camera X and set camera Y and put it under Reset Player. And put the Reset Player's custom block where it came from. Replace that. And then at the end, finally drag and move camera. Now, let's continue. Make a new custom block in the game loop, but don't take the run without screen refresh. And under the game loop, drag everything like the one green flag script into the game loop. And put the game loop custom block instead. Let's continue. Make a new, inside the forever, make a new event named Move Player. And click OK. And drag a when I receive Move Player hat block. And then make 2 new variables, speed X and speed Y, both for this part only. Part only, and speed Y for this part only. Then simply on the move player set speed X to key right arrow minus key left arrow. And multiply by 6. Similarly, do this for speed Y by duplicating and set to speed Y 6 multiplied by up arrow, subtract down arrow, and set to speed Y. Now if you see, when we press the right arrow, speed X change to 6. If we didn't press any arrow, just to 0. If we press the left arrow, it will turn to -6. Similarly for the up arrow and down. And now let's drag out change X and a change Y variable. And change X by speed X and change Y by speed Y. Now go to My Blocks and put a move camera. Then go to motion, drag out go to XY. Go to operator, drag out to minus and put it in the both value. Go to variable, drag out X and Y and put it on the left of the both subtract block. And put camera X and camera Y on the right. Like that. Now if you see our Mario can move around, but but we have to keep scrolling for him like around. You have to keep scrolling for him. Like that. We have to keep scrolling. So let's make that work happen. In the move camera, drag a set camera X to X. Now if we click the green flag, the screen follows Mario left and right. But we can do that for the Y, but let's do something a bit better. Change camera Y by camera Y minus camera Y, all divided by 4. 4. And put that in the value. Now if we put down the 6, now we can see the camera up and down tracks more smoothly. Good. Now let's make the Mario that don't walk through walls. First, in the game loop, delete the move camera. We don't need it anymore because we already got it from the move player. Now we test everything still works the same. But now let's make a new custom block named get tile at X. And the input of X and the label of Y and the label an input of Y and run without screen refresh. Under the move player, put a get tile at X custom block and put Y in X and Y into the inputs. Make a new variable named tile grid X for this sprite only. Now let's under the get tile set tile grid X to floor of X divided by 32 and put it in the value. And make a new variable named tile grid Y for this sprite only. And duplicate the script and do it for the Y, where it set to tile grid Y, and set the value to Y instead of X, like that. I'm just testing if everything still works. Now if you see, and also if you want to see more clear, click into costumes and paint a new costume and make a dot right in the middle. Put a dot right in the middle and click into full screen too. Now you see, like if we go to the first tile, like the tile starting, here the tile grid X and tile grid Y are both 0. If you move up a block, tile grid Y changes by 1. If you move down, change by -1. Similarly, we can do it for the tile Y, tile X. So now we know the exact position we are at using this method. Now, if you want to test a bit more, you can. It's so cool. With just 2 scripts of code, we can code that up. Let's continue. make a new variable named tile index. For this part only. And set tile index to 1 plus grid 1 plus tile grid y plus tile grid x to plus tile grid x grid height. Put the tile grid x on the left, put grid height on the right. Like that, put it in the value. I'm just testing to make sure everything still works because I'm always keyed to text. Make a new variable named tile for this part only. And set tile to go to variable and drag it item 1 of tile grid and go to variable and put tile index in the value. And then if we click, I'm just going to hide all the other variables so it doesn't block the way. Also hide camera X and Y because we no longer need them. And rename the sprite Mario if you have it. Now if we see in the Mario tile, like it switches between 9, 10, and 2. The reason is, I'll explain. Like if we go on one of these brown blocks, which is the wooden block, it's 10 because in the tile sprite, clicking in costume, what's costume 10? It's a block of wood, it's an exact tile. And number 9 is gold, so it shows 9. And number 2 is a blank costume. So it's a very cool system. If you have other kind of tiles, like if I go to generate and if I switch it to add something else to add, for example, number 20, now it's a question mark block. You should see if you hover over it with the small dot, it will be 20. Cool, but I'll switch that back to 9. Get started with some simple collision. Under the move player, drag a if condition and if tile is greater than 2. It's greater than 2. We set, just change speed x, speed y by 0, minus speed x. Speed y, if we're doing speed y. And duplicate that and put it under the get tile x1. Duplicate that and do it for the y, except set speed y as speed x, and do it for speed x. Now you should see it should work the same. Oh, not minus but 0 minus. So it's basically the same. It's basically the same, but I don't know why it's not working because it has to be a change x, not change speed x or speed y. So change these, and now if you see I'll just show you because I'll set the camera x and camera y to more in front, so because we get stuck. If you continue with this, if you see where you spawn and you got collision at the border, just set x to 100, forgot that part, and set y to 100. Now if you see the dot move the dot spawned like somewhere here. You should see the dot. Now we have a bit of a collision if you move around the level with your arrow keys. It's like, but if we switch back into the Mario costume here's the problem. Mario's feet, like the collision still like getting ruled by the dot, like the dot, like the costume is Mario, but the dot is smaller than Mario, and it's not like showing, it's like creating a clone, but it's like still using the collision rule of the dot, the code. So let's make the code handle larger sprite. So let's continue. Make a new variable named height for this sprite only. And then under the reset player, set height to 24. It's half of the player's height. Make a new custom block named Fix Collisions and put in direction. Oops. And put a DX and make a label. Text an input of DX and the label DY and the input DY. Run without screen refresh. Under Move Player, drag one of the Get Tile X into the Fix Collisions in direction DX DY. And replace it with the Fix Collision. And put speed X for the Fix DX input and speed Y for 0 DY. Do the same for the Y. Just put a fixed collision direction, but for the Y value, put speed Y, and for the X, put 0. And put the last two blocks here and delete the Y. If everything still works, everything should still work as normal. Like that. And also, before anything, I made a mistake. In the fixed direction, duplicate change X by 0 minus speed X and change Y by 0 minus speed Y. Now if you see, everything should work the same. Also replace the speed X and speed Y with DX and DY. Like that. Good. Okay, let's make another new custom block named Fix Collisions. Oh, oops. Like that. At point X and Y, they both are inputs. Run without screen refresh. Now, put the Get Tile XY under the Fixed Collision and replace that with the Fixed Collision at point. And put the XY input in the inputs. And replace it with the X and Y. And replace that. Duplicate Fixed Collision at point X Y three times, like that. Then for the top, we want to check at Mario's feet, so put Y minus height, and at the bottom it's Y plus height. Like that. Make a new variable named solid. or is it sprite only? And under the fixed collision in direction dx, dy, put a set solid to empty value before any of the collision checks. Solid. And under fixed collision at point, check if tile is greater than 2. And then set solid to 10. So means very solid. Then under fixed collision in direction dx, remove the tile is greater than 2 and instead put solid is greater than 0. Like that. I like testing, that's all. Okay, now if you test, everything should work as perfectly well. Like that. If you got this far, then good job. So let's continue. If you didn't, you may have to rewatch this episode or I don't know, maybe you try to fix a bug. The collision at his head and feet are working really well. Make a new custom block named handle keys left to right. Like that. Run browse screen refresh. Make a new variable named set name key. Set to key. Name it. Wait. Name it key. Wait. Key walk for all sprites. And then set and under move player, drag out the set speed x and put it under the handle keys left right. And then simply set key walk to key right arrow minus key left arrow. And also then under the set speed x, set speed x to speed x. Wait, where is speed x? Speed x multiplied by 0.8 plus key walk multiplied by 2, like that. And also just put the handle keys left right into the place, into where we pulled it from. Now we can move everywhere, but it looks like we have done it. It's like we have like some realistic motion. Let's also make the jumping and gravity now. Make a new block named handle keys up handle keys jump simple. And run without screen refresh. Yeah. And drag the set speed x 6 multiply like all the into the handle key jump. And replace it with the handle key jump. Like that. And drag an if condition. And put key up arrow as a condition. And put set speed x CY to 14. And then change to handle gravity, change speed y by -2, like that. But it's outside the up arrow. It's working so well. Oh, then go to control, drag a if less than, and put speed y is less than -22, and set speed x and speed y to -22. Now if we jump you should see there's gravity and it was working well. But if you see like the player is like on the sometimes like in the air when landing. So let's fix this. Because and also when you land, the player bounces a bit, as you see. Like when you jump, the player bounces a bit sometimes, like that. They bounce. Under the fixed collision direction, dx, put an if else in the if solid's greater than 0, and put if dx equals to 0. And then set speed x to 0. Speed y. I always get messed up with speed I and speed x. And if else, set speed x to 0. Now we see every time we jump, we perfectly land on the ground. Like that. But there's still one issue, like the player bounces a bit. But we'll fix that later. It's working so well. Make 2 new variables to fix the bouncings. Make a new variable named fixedx for this part only, and fixedy for this part only. Then, under the fixed collision direction, set fixedx and fixedy to dx and dy, like that. But put the fixed dx and fixed dy before the set solid. Now let's remove the change x and change y out of the fixed collision direction, and move it into the where's the custom block? Oh, get fixed collision at point, but don't put it in yet. Make 2 new variables again. Mod x for this part only, and mod y for this part only. And then set mod x to x divided by 32, mod 32. And set mod y to mod y divided by the mod. And after you've done this, drag an if statement, a condition, and if fixedy is less than 0. And then change y by 32 minus our mod y variable, like that. Now as you see, if we jump and land, we don't bounce again. We just still have some problems. And let's move also to the right. Duplicate that and put if fixed dx is less than 0, and change x by 32 minus mod x, like that. We should test it works. But to the right, nope, it didn't. But we'll fix it. Now let's do for the upper up and right collision. Put a fix dx is greater than 0. Then fix dy is greater than 0. Then change y by negative 0.01 minus mod y. And similarly, do it for the fixed dx. Fixed dx greater than 0, change x by negative 0.01 and put mod x. Like that. Now if we do it, every collision is good. We didn't get trapped to anything. It might look like a bit of a Flappy Bird kind of game, but we will fix that in the next episode 4. Like that. Well, this is the end of another episode. If you enjoyed, please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel to view my latest video and turn on the notification. Bye. See you next time. And also, if you want a reminder, next episode we're gonna add player animations and more like a platformer kind. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Have a good day and Scratch on, guys.
Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed.
可以了，你这个录着没用，我要自己录，因为这个上。